Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours. Welcome to another exciting installment of Dark Dublin. This afternoon's scene is going to be set in an acropolis on the other side of the Vale, Shadowlands proper. As Iki Rome makes her way between the market stalls and the twisted buildings, listening to the merchants cry their wares, talking of memories and emotions, dreams, perversions for sale, all for the right price in Stygian coin. Am
Oh, I didn't know there. Okay, I thought you were gonna keep talking for a moment. Okay. Um. So she'll just kind of look around, kind of go to the nearest shopkeeper, smile, and say, "So, has there been anything interesting happening lately?"
what is it that you would find what is it that you'd find interesting? Perhaps I can be able to enlighten.
Hmm. Any odd people or any odd doings?
By the way, Kim, can I get you to make a perception alertness roll?
Okay. Of course, you asked this like the one time I don't have Iki's sheet open. Perk alert. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Just 3 successes.
Okay, you see behind this stall because it's kind of set in a half tent. So the tent itself is almost like the tent was cut in half. So it's only got one wall. It's only got three walls, and the front is open. You see behind the tent proper the top of a very distinctive top hat that appears to be noping the fuck out in the opposite direction.
She's just gonna head towards the top hat that is noping the fuck out.
I take it that you don't want to continue the conversation, young miss.
My apologies, something else has caught my eye. I will be back sooner or later.
You walk around the side of the tent to see a very well-dressed man in high Victoriana costume, basically starting to sprint down the road.
And where might you be going in such a rush?
He stops as if hit by an arrow. It kind of twitches for a moment. There's a sigh, a very deep sigh, as he'll turn and say, "Daughter, dearest."
Father, so good to see you again.
So, what brings the progeny of my... I'm not even going to continue that line of conversation. What brings you here, darling duck?
Well, why else would I be here? Or
There are many answers to that question. You're going to really have to narrow it down ever so slightly, just a smidge.
perhaps I will answer that later. More importantly, what are you doing here?
Would you believe Christmas shopping?
Possibly. You are quite eccentric.
But, I mean, Pyro's just the man who has everything, and he's so hard to shop for.
Ah, Pyro indeed. Did you know Bellic is in the city?
Yes, I've seen Mr. Bellick. Rather entrancing fellow he is. Lovely singing voice, so I'm told. But say, lovely, these things do happen. Lovely seeing you. I'm going to just toddle along.
No, you're not.
He stops again. There's another deep kind of... Why is it that I'm not toddling along?
Well, simply because it's been such a long time since we've actually had a conversation with each other and spoken, and at the end of the day, you still are my father, are you not?
Well, so the paternity test says. But then again, what can I say? It's a mixture of half crazy, half god, and half I don't know what the fuck, and I constitute the what the fuck. So if you'll excuse me, I've really got to be going, or else I'll be late for dinner.
Hmm. Time works oddly here, and you know that. I
Damn
highly
it!
doubt you'll be late for dinner.
Kisses. Spoiled again. Uh, well, I So, what's new from you? Still a subcutaneous near psychotic murderer? How's that going for you?
I'll have you know I haven't murdered anyone in several days.
I mean that is a. I feel like there should be a scouts badge for that. You know, right up there with woodsmaning and I don't know wallet making, not murdering for a fortnight.
One moment. I wouldn't say it's been a fortnight. That's, well, quite too long, but it has been at least 5 days.
He'll move his hand in a circle and then kind of poke the air. Kim, a cookie will appear in front of you, hovering in midair, and he'll say, "Have a cookie."
You know what? She'll take the cookie and she'll have a small little nibble.
It's a pretty good cookie, Kim.
She will actually walk forward and just kind of she'll kind of do that kind of little, you know, she'll extend her hand out, to like link elbows, and she'll just kind of look at him very expectantly.
Oh, bloody hell. But Pyro and dinner and the
Your
waiting.
goons will be fine.
You know, this one. Okay, somebody called Spider a goon once. He was not happy for about a week thereafter. Honestly, it was like somebody kicked a puppy to death and then left it in his bed, and it bled all over it because it was dead.
From the stories I've heard, wasn't it Miss Zhang?
I couldn't possibly comment, he'll say as he links arms. By the way, Kim, roll your stamina for the poison in the cookie.
Fuck!
Roll your stamina.
Yeah, I got 0 successes.
Oh. Hi, Kim. Everything's a little woozy.
Can I roll life to clear it out of my system?
Do you have matter?
Yes.
Then yes, you can.
She's gonna take her fan out and just fan herself with it while looking directly at Gravedigger. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Did someone
Increase
botch?
Increase the difficulty to 5.
You can't do it, Kim. You can't do it on a botch.
It's not a botch.
Okay.
I had a 10, a 1, and 2 2s. And I'm also gonna spend a
Those
willpower.
rolls, though.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna spend a quint, lower it back down to 4, and I'm gonna spend another willpower. That's 3 successes.
You managed to purge the poison from your system.
So she'll, snap her fan shut before returning it to her pocket, and she'll look at him. and just kind of smile and say, "Well, that wasn't very nice, was it, Father?"
You know what they say, you should never take things from strangers. And I'm about as strange as they come me.
Why, oh, why would you want to harm me in any way? I've been nothing but cordial to you.
I didn't want to harm you, I wanted to put you to sleep. There's a defined difference.
Oh, yes, because leaving a person out here unconscious, unconscious in the Shadowlands is such a way for them to not be harmed.
I would have assumed that little Mr. Ooh, I've got the giant sword of dragony fuck you death would have come and saved you intermittently.
I mean, if you insist, we can always go have tea with him.
Oh God, no. Mother of God, no. Nope, nope, nope. I draw the line. Line in the sand. The sand line is there. I do not cross the sand line. You're just a cup of tea crazy enough for me. Honestly, he's the entire fucking teapot.
He is not that bad. I'm worse on most days.
No, it's just the fact that, okay, there's a difference here, right? Do you understand the difference between explosive and implosive? Explosive is the guy who will yell at the cashier for not taking their coupons. Implosive is the cashier who one day will go into work with a shotgun and mow everyone down. You're the explosive kind of crazy. He's the implosive kind of crazy.
I wonder if that's because we never really had a father figure in our lives.
I did my best to run away so you'd never know who I was. Damn Japanese death goddesses.
You're the one who had sex with her.
In my defense, I was blackout drunk. The technocracy had just tried to blow me out of existence, and not in the good way. And it happened to be that I was in a certain bar in Kyoto City, and needless to say, do not fall unconscious in Shinto shrines. Bad things happen.
So, have you heard about the situation with the Wraiths?
Well, the fact that they can't be reaped because they're locked in a temporal stasis field. Yeah, it's fucking obvious.
Mm-hmm. There's no need to be so vulgar, anyway.
Right, whatever. Okay. I swear a lot. It's what I do. It's a thing. Accept me for my eccentricities, daughter dearest.
I do. I'm simply saying that there is no need to be so vulgar.
Oh, no, let it go. So, is there a place that we're linking to go to, or do you just want to have a stroll around the necropoli with your old man?
Well, there was someone I promised tea with. Oh, and I'm supposed to have a dance with someone this evening. I thought I would tell you about that as well.
There's an eyebrow quirk.
Oh, yes. You probably know him.
Is there a reason for this veil of pseudo-secrecy, or are you just trying to be overly dramatic?
Perhaps it is the dramaticism. After all, I get it from you.
Look, what can I say? I'm an actor, me. I should have chosen a different profession. But no, necromancer freak out, and necromancer and fetish club owner just called to me.
You call yourself a necromancer, but have you ever actually brought a body back from the dead?
They don't like it when you do that, dear. Just because you have a shiny piece of bauble in your head does not mean that you should tamper with rules that should not be tampered with.
But I will anyway.
That doesn't make it correct. Do I have the ability to raise someone from the dead? If I really wanted to, yeah, probably. Do I? No.
It's quite fun and exhilarating. And they're much more...
3 or 4 times your...
Hmm?
What, the 3 or 4 times your twin has cacked himself?
But at least I was able to save him, unlike you were unable to save Miss Zhang.
Hi, Kim.
Hi!
Hi, Kim.
Time for laughing. Stop laughing at me!
Okay, Kim. We're now going to have to do that thing where we roll initiative.
He started it. Biscuit, stop laughing. It's not funny. Yes, you are a pretty bird.
Well, that's a 10.
And that is also a 10.
Okay. He has a 19 total. What do you have?
Damn it.
What?
Just an 18.
Hi, Kim.
Hi.
A scythe made of what appears to be soul steel and bone appears in his hand as he goes to chop you in the gut with it.
Yes! Okay.
However, at the last moment, his hand will change on the gripping of it, and it will ace up towards your head, but more specifically towards your hair.
Oh no! This bastard! Swear to God, this bitch breaks my wonder, I'm gonna break his goddamn neck! Okay. I'ma of course try to dodge this bullshit, because I like my wonder. And I will probably cry.
So you're spending your action to dodge, then, yeah?
Yeah. But also, like... Biscuit. Come on, Biscuit.
Shut up, Biscuit.
So... I wanna also, like... I'm pretty sure I have a couple of wraiths that are sent to, like, come and help me when shit gets tough. So...
You would, except for the fact that they can't. No wraith can get near to this guy. You'd almost swear that he was a master mage with a specialty in spirit or something.
Nobody likes him.
Kim, he has a grand total of. It'd be difficulty 9 to cut at your head because of the enhanced difficulty, which will go down to difficulty 6 because of his entropy rotes. So he has a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes to slash at your head.
If it's diff 6, there's a 1 in there.
Yeah, that's why I'm only counting 1 success for his 10 as opposed to 2.
Biscuit, what is up with you?
Biscuit's like, nah, bro. You know attack my mom, I kill you. I cut you, fool.
Kinda.
I might give Ikiro a second familiar just so Biscuit can be in scene.
Fuck, my familiar is also with me. Just want to say that. Does my cat-like balance apply?
No, it doesn't. You're not balancing on anything.
Balancing on my life right now. What the fuck? It's just 1 success.
He carves neatly through your hair, and your wonder flies into the air. He will then use his next, because you had to use your action to dodge. He will then use his second action of his because he can take multiple actions, to grab it in midair and bring it down to hold in his hand.
Okay.
He will then whip the staff around his waist, and he'll bring it kind of smashing into the ground, and he will look at you with very, very angry eyes as he says, "You do not reference her again."
Understood.
On a side note, Iki, your hair is now completely off balance.
Yeah, no, it's probably looking fugly.
Some kind of fugly.
That's fine. I got life. It'll be okay in a moment.
I can't lie. It'll be okay in a moment. So what do you... We're still technically in the initiative round, so what do you do?
She's just gonna stand there and glare at him.
Oof. I'm gonna re-roll that one. That was bad. Re-roll it +1 diff. That one's better. You will see him shake his head as he disappears in a puff of smoke.
Oh, the fucking bastard still has my wonder.
Yeah, he does.
Hold up. I think someone's about to... Yep. That was a lot of bullshit. I didn't want to...
Everything okay?
Yeah, that was just a load of bullshit I didn't want to deal with, but it's okay.
What happened?
So I'm trying to get, as known, trying to get a cage for Biscuit, because right now, when he goes to bed, he stays with the Teals, and the Teals are bullies. So I said several fucking times, I'm going to get him a cage tomorrow when I get paid. Well, my father decided to take it upon himself to buy a cage, but the thing is he bought a circular cage. And circular cages are very, very bad for a bird's mental health because there's no corners for them to hide in. And he ended up buying a circular cage, even though I said I was going to buy a fucking cage tomorrow. And then he's trying to get pissed at me because he bought this cage. And I was just like, I don't want to put a bird in there because it is very stressful for them because there is no corners because it is circular. And so now he's pissed at me.
Can you not just take a deep breath and go, thank you for the effort? We can go and take it back.
Not like I did. I was like, thank you, but I said I'll be paying it back tomorrow. Anyway, like he didn't actually go and buy it. He told the dude that he'd pick it up in like an hour. But anyway,
then just tell the dude he'd like a different cage.
What he's gonna go
Not
do.
hard.
I know, but my father just got pissed because he was just like, I was trying to do something nice for you for Christmas, and I'm just kind of like, I said I'd buy it. But anyway,
well,
so
at the same time, he was trying to do something nice for you.
I understand this.
Okay.
But there's
just trying
no
to see it from
need...
other people's perspectives, I guess.
No, like I do, I understand, and I wasn't upset at him. I was just kind of like, I do not feel comfortable having one of my birds, one of which, or two of which, because he wanted to put my teals in there, who are very scared and skittish in a circular cage where they wouldn't feel secure. Like, I don't think I could do that kind of torment to my animals, and I kind of explained this to him, and then he started getting pissed at me, and I was like, I thank you, though, but...
That's fair.
Anyway, so through the mental link, she's...
No, continue.
Through the mental link, she's just gonna go tell her brother, I believe we are going to pay a visit to Father. If you don't mind accompanying me.
At this point, by the way, a piece of paper pops into existence just in front of you and is about to kind of waft its way to the ground.
She's gonna snatch it out of the air and read it.
It simply says, hide and seek. What can I say? The necropolis is the zone of play. Let's see if you can find what's lost. A little lesson in humility.
She's just gonna kind of mutter under her breath. The only one here that needs to learn humility is him.
Mages, the more powerful they become, the more arrogant they are.
Yep. So, she's gonna look to her familiar, just kind of ask, can you begin searching the city?
He was asleep. He is a sleepy little dragon. He will pop his head out of your... He will pop his head out of your bag and kind of look around, and he will say, I could. There will be a price.
I do not ask you to do much. Most days you sleep. You don't even have to eat that much paradox. And in return, every week, diligently. Did my mic cut out? Okay, fucking cut out again. And every week, diligently, at the same day, at the same time, I give you quintessence. Yet, on those rare times that I ask you to help me, you still expect more.
He will contemplate for a moment, blinking his large reptilian eyes. He will say, you did not ask my price.
Oh, see, I didn't ask what?
His price.
She just kind of gives him that blank look, like, you're really gonna play this game? Go on.
He will kind of flail his tiny front arms at you, and will say, unfortunately, my arms are ever slightly too short, and I require under-neck scritching.
She will give him scritches.
He has a little beard and everything, so you have to scritch under his beard. And he will make a sound that is not dissimilar to a cat purring.
As she's giving him scritches, I'm gonna throw up prime sight. It's probably gonna blow my eye sockets out, but whatever. It's 4 successes.
Okay, you have prime sight up. What are you looking for?
The fuck do you think I'm looking for?
Mostly because everything in this place glows with vague quintessence.
I'm looking for the hella bright 5.1 wonder this bitch just stole from me.
Oh. Oh, he said pretty bird. Oh.
He says pretty bird a lot.
He is a pretty bird.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he currently?
He's up on my bed.
Okay, so he will basically sitting atop one of a dark tower in the center of the city that you have yet to go to and yet to visit. You see, sitting on the very pinnacle, the very top of it, hundreds upon hundreds of meters off the ground, a glimmering bright sphere of light that was not there before, that is almost blindingly bright compared to the rest of the surroundings.
Good thing this is the Shadowlands. So, first of all, because she doesn't want to look like this ratty tatty bitch, she's gonna take the dagger and try to evenly, as much as she can, cut the other half of her hair and make it even. It's probably still pretty ratty tatty, but is what it is. If I have to roll dex crafts, that's fine. Or dex anything to just.
Jun will look up at you with his large eyes and he will say, "Do you wish me to go and retrieve your item, miss?"
If you do not mind.
He will proceed, he will kind of tap on the bag to say you should probably put him down.
She'll set him down.
Okay. He will proceed to wumble out of the bag, because wumbling is the best verb ever. As I said, when he's out of the bag, he's about 5 or 6 feet long. And he will hop, skip, and a jump, and he will take to the air, flicking his body in a serpentine rhythm, almost like he is flying through the sky, until he is a couple of hundred meters away from you in the air, flying towards the tower.
How freaking rude.
What was that, sorry?
She's just kind of saying, how freaking rude.
What's rude?
No, she's just kind of saying it because of what Gravedigger did.
That's fair. It'll take him about 10 minutes to fly there and back, but eventually John will return with your bauble clasped in his mouth.
She'll take it and just kind of incline her head, thankfully.
May I go back to sleep now?
Indeed.
He will curl up into the bag and will fall asleep. Sleep. Well, I'll see you found it then. That took rather less time than I was expecting it to. However, I hope a lesson has been learned, my darling girl.
A lesson in childishness, yes.
Learn something. Ultimately, the powerful are never childish because they can wield the power to change the world in their fingertips. Thus it is, regardless what you may perceive as morality or indeed outward displays of an adult nature, the powerful are always correct. I'm surprised you haven't learned this lesson before. After all, you spent a lot of your time dealing with monks who do nothing but pray, meditate, and fast on the nature of the fucking universe, and can yet not tell you what day of the week it is or how to add up to 20. Because that's not in their dharma. Fucking bullshit.
No.
And yet they're powerful, so to them they're right.
I do not agree with you on that. For in fact, that just sounds like you trying to reason what you did to make it some sort of lesson, when in actuality you were just upset that after insulting me, I insulted you back.
Learn your place, my girl, or I will show it to you, and it will not be a pleasant lesson this time.
Is that a challenge, Father?
You are such an ignorant child. Perhaps this is because you weren't taught correctly how it is to fear your betters and your elders.
Perhaps that is so. But at the end of the day, we are still family. And there are still supposed to be some pleasantries, isn't there?
His face will soften slightly, and he will reach out a hand. Will you bat his hand away, or will you not?
She's not. But she also kind of stuffed her wonder in there with the dragon. So.
Oh. Okay. He will put his hand on the side of your face. And actually, let me just make sure of something, because I think this is the case. He will say,
I'm just waiting for you to be like, okay, roll your stab. He's trying to break your neck. But anyway, go on.
No. He literally just has his hand on the side of your face. And he'll say, you have my eyes. You're much more of her than me, but you have my eyes, if nothing else.
She's just gonna very faintly smile at that. I do indeed.
Anyway, I have much work to do and many more things to be gotten and acquired. So, if that is all you need from me... Oh, I tell you what. I have to give you a Christmas present, don't I?
Biscuit. What? She'll just kind of look at him and arch an eyebrow.
The thing that is inside your Mr. Kinrowan. I believe you're interested in finding out the answer to that.
Hold on. He is having a field day. I don't know what is up with him. He's in a really happy mood. But she'll just kind of nod and say, to a point, it, well, insulted me, should I say. She'll just kind of rub her head where she was freaking hit. But I am assuming that you know what it is, then.
Of course, I wouldn't be very good at my job if I didn't understand what it is. Have you ever heard of a Neverborn?
Oh, see, has she? I haven't, but, I mean, this chick's got more spirit lore than I do.
Not really.
Not particularly.
Neverborn are also known as grotesques. They were the first Malfians. Malfians are beings of great darkness and destruction, bringing into the suffering of evil and terror wherever their influence touches. For the most part, however, they are a force unseen and felt only through their minions and servants. Humanity should be thankful of this. However, for certain times, during the times of judgment, Malfians are called forward. They are very unpleasant. Have you ever seen... Of course you have, the Archbishop said. Yes. You've met a member of the... Oh no, she hasn't actually. You've never met a Nafandi, have you?
I have not.
Essentially, one of the groups of Nafandi, one of the three serpents' heads, as they call themselves, worship the Malfians as gods. They are beings of purest darkness. And Jackie Boy has one of them, or a sliver of one of them, riding along inside him, because the Great Laughing Lord, or the Smiling Lord as he's called, possesses is basically has one of the keys binding it inside his person. And when Jackie took something from him, he took an element of the Smiling Lord's shard within himself.
Why does bird sound like a squeaky toy, though?
I have no idea.
So, interesting.
I have no doubt that it is. Consider that a Christmas tidbit, my dear. I'd recommend blowing Jackie's brains out if I were you. Mind, then again, I'm led to understand that my dear Sonny boy is not exactly pleased with him, so maybe he'll do the goodness of ridding the world of him.
It is possible. He did make a deal using his name without his permission. I thought it was quite funny.
Really? Are you sure that your darling brother thinks it's funny?
Oh, he most certainly does not believe it is funny. He destroyed some precious artwork, but nothing that can't be replaced.
I genuinely believe, was my boy genuinely born without a sense of humor?
It looks like she's kind of debating that. And then she'll just kind of nod. Yeah, he does not really have one. He doesn't laugh very much. And he doesn't really have fun, no matter what I try to do. I've offered him to join in with me playing with the waitresses several times, and he never seems interested.
A girl after my own heart. He's going to tussle your incredibly lopsided hair. Tussle, tussle, tussle. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have business to be about.
Well, I hope that is fun.
You know what? He's going to sigh and he's going to say, "You and your brother are invited to Christmas dinner, though Pyro would never let me hear the end of it if we didn't give you the invite."
Thank you. I'm touched. We shall be there.
Oh, wonderful. For the love of God, don't tell your mother.
Well, it wouldn't be a family Christmas dinner without her, correct?
Don't tell. I will ward my house. I'll do it.
But I'm certain she wishes to see you again.
Oh, God, no. No. Anyway.
At least see us.
We tried to cut the turkey at about 7. Now I'm going to get the fuck out of here. He will once again disappear into a puff of black smoke.
She'll just kind of stand there and say, I thought turkey was a Thanksgiving thing and not a Christmas thing.
Hang on, out of character, do you not eat turkey at Christmas?
No.
Oh, that's what we
thing.
That's what we eat in Europe at Christmas. We eat turkey.
We usually have, I mean, at least in my family, we have like ham.
Is it delicious ham?
Yeah. Honestly, I prefer ham over turkey because turkey is.
I'm not a huge turkey person. Yeah, I'm not a huge turkey person myself, but it is what we traditionally eat at Christmas. That or goose. We also eat goose.
Never had goose. I've had duck though, and alligator, and deer.
I like deer. It's like a much gamier steak.
It's really good.
But considering time, etc., shall we call the scene there then?
Didn't even get to do my Shadowlands shit, but
Well, it's okay, Kim. You will gain an additional dot of lore Shadowlands, and you will also gain a dot of lore in Mythology.
okay. I guess while she's here and just cut it out there, she's gonna go have tea with Maeve.
Okay. Maeve is relatively happy to have tea with you, and she'll say that. Do you already have her as a contact on your sheet?
Yeah.
Cool. In that case, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Family reunions, y'all.